Hey guys, my name is Ryan, and welcome to Overwatch Central. Today we are talking about how the looking for group system and quick play surprisingly could be the key to fixing lots of Overwatch's social problems. It will improve the state of competitive, quick play of course, and the game as a whole. Before we get there though, do comment on whether you think that these systems will be good enough to actually fix a lot of Overwatch's problems, and whilst you're down there commenting, do like this video, it helps out the channel a lot. At the time of recording this video, me and Miska are still in LA. We've done a load of interviews with pro players talking about the meta, and so far we've had some really interesting discussions. Some think Brigitte is fine, some think that it's the Mercy Zenyatta synergy that is making the game currently stale. It's obvious to see that a lot of the pros that we've been talking to are kind of frustrated with how the state of ranked is. Now in the Overwatch League, it's been on a pretty diverse patch. They've had a lot of fun on it. This was the patch before Hanzo was basically buffed, and you saw a lot of different strategies being used. Dive was still available, double sniper seems to be the way to go, but Brigitte's been involved, triple support of course, and also stuff like anti-dive. Orisa Hog have had a surprising amount of usage in the pro scene, so a lot of it stems from Hanzo honestly, but that's not really what I want to talk about today. You see a lot of the discussion that came from the pros and the top scene said that it was less about the meta that was causing a lot of the problems and more about the current state and social state, I suppose, of competitive and ranked. Now it's very easy to sort of throw away what the pros say about the meta, you know, they're playing at the highest tier, they're much better at these heroes than we are, and you know, that is completely correct. You know, Widowmaker Hanzo are much stronger in the highest tiers, and Brigitte's a pub stomper in the sort of mid ranges of Diamond and below, simply because maybe people can't play around her in the same fashion. In a similar vein, that's the same for Pharah in lower tiers, because people don't have the mechanical skill to take out the sky. In GM, that's not really that much of a problem. But the issue about this discussion I want to raise is this affects everybody. The grass isn't really greener on the other side. Everybody wants to climb, but that doesn't mean that the games are much better. You still have throwers, you still have bad people that you don't really want to be on the same team as, and basically that experience is the same across all the tiers in all of the regions, playing all sorts of the game modes, but mostly in competitive. So it's a lot of pressure on the endorsement system and the looking for group system, which is currently on the PTR and might be for a little bit longer. By the time this video goes out, it might be live, I'm not 100% sure, but I do want to talk about the looking for group system. Endorsement seems to be a positive thing, we can see that, but talking to some of the pros and getting their opinions out, they don't really see that the looking for group system is going to make a huge difference, and I completely disagree. The reason why I think that the looking for group system is actually going to fix rank is almost indirect. It's not in the sense of, you know, you can group up with people and play competitive with them. That's not it at all. In fact, it means that you can group up and queue with people in quick play more. Now most of us have tried playing games on the PTR or quick play in the past. New heroes, big changes. A lot of the time people give up fairly quickly on the PTR as the game modes are mostly just still quick play. People leave because they can't get the hero they want to try out, there's no coherent lineup, nobody's really working together, it's just not really a competitive experience in the slightest. But what I did when Symmetra came out on the PTR was I created a group for 6 players for playing quick play and basically said, hey guys, you can play whatever you want but just let me sim. The group filled up fairly quickly and full of players that were willing to use comms and work together in a competitive sense. So we ended up making a nice team composition, and not only that, we managed to play against teams in the same fashion. They wanted to try hard too, and they were playing as a 6-stack as a team as well. We found quick play games to be just as competitive, if not more competitive, than the games that are on ranked ladder. But to make sure that this wasn't just, oh, people want to play with Ryan from Overwatch Central, I did it on an alt account with no like subs or anything like that, and had the same experience there too. See, ever since competitive has been a thing in Overwatch, quick play has just died out. It's come into this whole like troll pick sort of area, there's no cohesion, there's no form of competitive teamwork or gameplay, it's just a cesspit honestly. Ever since competitive has been in the game, quick play has been awful. And I remember speaking to people when Overwatch came out, before competitive was an actual version in the game. Lots of people from different experiences, from different backgrounds, played Overwatch and had a lot of fun. It's the Fortnite experience basically, because Fortnite doesn't have a competitive game mode. You can go into a game, you can run into a pro or a high level player like Ninja or whatever, but you can also run into somebody playing on their freaking phone. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a completely different sort of playing field, but you always try your best because you're playing on your own. But if you're playing with a squad, you're also trying your hardest too. And that's why I feel that looking for group system is going to help the game in a lot of senses, because a lot of people play competitive not because they want to like climb an SR, because that's the only real way to play Overwatch currently. Sure, you can play arcade, deathmatch is really fun, but mystery heroes, quick play, these are all just kind of not even real games anymore in Overwatch, and I know that sounds ridiculous, but I hope you understand what I mean when it comes to Quickplay. When was the last time that any of us played Quickplay properly? But what I'm saying is, if you actually say, if I wanted to learn more Genji or more Symmetra on the PTR, I could get a group of people together, just say, hey, I want to play Symmetra, I want to play a DPS or a support or a tank, and from there, people also want to improve at their heroes can group up with you, and you're going to be going up against people that are also sort of taking it a little bit more seriously than people in Quickplay used to. I can't think of any other game that has a competitive game mode that is the go-to, right? There's competitive in Dota, League, CSGO, Rainbow Six Siege, but the games that are really successful right now, i.e. the Battle Royale games of Fortnite and Realm, don't have a competitive game mode. They're just fun as they are. In fact, a lot of people have said if Fortnite did get a competitive game mode, it would kill off the game massively, because people start playing what's good instead of what's fun. The same sort of thing with competitive deathmatch, right? Deathmatch on its own was fun, but as soon as you start to put an arbitrary number in there as SR, that's where the Moiras and the Brigittas come out, and that's where a meta is formed. Overwatch excited a lot of people when it was launched because you could play with your friends and ultimately you can play competitively, but at the end of the day, if you lost a match, it wasn't the end of the world, right? I remember playing a lot with Miska and our friends in the closed beta and when the game launched. Peak of Overwatch at its current form. Soon as rank came in, it alienated people. So in short, I do feel that this system is going to be a lot better for the game because looking for group is going to enable quick play to just be a little bit more coherent and competitive, but not as much at the same level as ranked. What that also allows is competitive ranked to be more competitive. It feels that a lot of people do play comp on Overwatch because there's no other game mode to play that allows you to play Tracer or Soldier. You know what I mean? It just doesn't allow you to play the same game anymore. In quick play for now has just been honestly skirmish. It's a mess. But when quick play was the only way to play the game, that was the best that I feel Overwatch has ever been. So ignoring the current meta because that's a state as well, the social features that are on the PTR I do think are going to help the game dramatically. The big question is it too little too late? Let us know what you think of all this, whether you think I'm right or you think I'm just sort of clutching at the straws here. Do let us know in the comments below, I'm really interested to hear what you had to think. It's been on my mind a lot since we've been in LA, we haven't really been able to play the game a lot, but just sort of speaking to people that have dedicated their lives to Overwatch and looking at the sort of rank scene, it's been tough on them and it's been tough on a lot of people. So do let us know what you think, thanks for watching, take care, we'll see you next time.